Okay, we are recording. I am here with Jason Nguyen. Thank you very much, my good friend. Thank you to the millions of viewers watching worldwide. Um, let's get this little interview started. Just I'm recording on my phone as well, just in case I mess this up, just so you can see my guy Jason Nguyen and I. Um, let's get it started, man. Just quickly introduce yourself, the little things you're into, because my guy's not a one-trick pony. He does a lot of different things. So talk to us, man.
Well, thanks for having me, Omid. My name is Jason once again. I am currently a business owner, owner of Valley Vacations. We're a short-term rental business, so work with property management and just short-term rentals in general, so like Airbnbs, VRBOs, and then also work on a little bit of long-term on the side along with my family. That's pretty much what I do. For myself personally. I'm also working for a startup. It's the short term rental host. It's a startup property management company, and we have Airbnbs all over the state and really all over the country, honestly. And I love what I do, and I love like I have a deep passion for real estate and just like business as a whole. Nothing against I guess non-business endeavors like just working. I mean, I'm working as well, but I just love the idea of business, how I'm able to work, on my own time and just be able to have like a better balance in my life. Um, but outside of, my professional life, I like to DJ. I just had a show recently last week. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. But besides that, that's pretty much what I like to do. I just like to DJ, hang out with my dog. I have a big passion for cars as well. But yeah, most of my time is for my work and my business.
Love that. Like I was doing this at a very young age as well, very inspirational. I actually met Jason Nguyen through the business fraternity that we are both in called Delta Sigma Pi. I was the president of it this past school year, and this man right here is the new vice president of Brotherhood. So everything he does, he holds himself he's very humble. He's a good guy. He's a big inspiration to a lot of people in the fraternity, me as well. He's everything he does with a lot of passion. So I got a lot of respect for this guy, and that's why I wanted to choose him for my for this interview. But uh, yeah, man, let's just get into it, man. So, you personally, Jason, how do you define success?
Honestly, I would say everyone has their own definition of success, but for me, I would say just accomplishing your goals. And what I mean by that is, at least for me, I like to set, long-term goals, but I feel like long-term goals just kind of sit to the side, and it takes, months or even years to accomplish those goals. And so I think setting mini goals for yourself along the way will kind of get yourself more motivated to reach those mini goals, whether it's making goals for the end of the month or even just by the end of the year. Just keeping your mind locked in and just staying locked into those goals, I think is really important. And when I'm able to achieve those goals, that's when I would feel that sense of success. And I feel like success comes in many different forms, not just with money, but with just your lifestyle. Like some people just want to work all the time and that's their success. Great, good for them. At least for me, my long-term goal is just to be, financially stable and, just buy whatever I want and just live the life, go travel. I believe most people also want that life as well. So I think, setting miniature goals for your long-term goals is really important. And so by reaching those mini goals, it'll make you kind of more motivated and, feel more successful.
I love that, man. That's great. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that. If you don't mind me asking, what is your next upcoming mini goal that you have?
Um, Honestly, I would say my next goal right now is to push the business I'm working with, the short-term rental host, STR host. I want to be able to bring this company to another level. And it's just me and one of my business partners. He is the founder, and I'm just kind of, I guess, helping him out on the side. But I do really want to go above and beyond my pay grade and just bring this business to the next level because I may be getting paid an hourly wage, but I do realize that when you're doing more than when you're expected to do, better things will come for you. And so if I'm able to help grow this business as a whole to another level, hopefully that will pay off and I'll be rewarded for it in the future. And so that's definitely one of my goals. Another goal I had, I guess outside of professional, is to just get more DJ gigs. I love DJing. I love what I do. Doesn't matter if I'm getting paid any dollar at all. Um, but yeah, that's another one of my goals. And then I guess a personal goal with my business, just expand. I am just about a year into my Airbnb business, and so I'd really like to expand in the future. Honestly, it's not a core priority at the moment, just because I have a lot of other things going on. But I'm definitely striving to reach uh, a larger portfolio with this, and hopefully I'll be able to achieve those goals probably like shortly after I graduate.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. I feel like you and I are very similar in the sense of whatever we are involved in, we want to put 110% in. One, just because obviously you don't want to, half do anything you want to do because your name is attached to it. At least that's how I feel. I feel like you're similar in that sense. I feel like that's why we get along in a lot of things. And yeah, man, you got a lot of things going on, man. I know that those goals are gonna be achievable very soon for you, bro. But
Thank you.
of course,
Yeah,
man.
I appreciate that, and I see the same with you. As fraternity president, I see you going above and beyond what your role is, and seeing how other presidents and other fraternities or like in the past have done their job, seeing the way you take your leadership and your I guess communication skills and leadership skills, you're really applying every ounce of energy you can to it, and you're not getting paid for it, and I that really shows to me and the rest of the brothers that going above and beyond, it really does pay off. And, now that you're graduating, I can for sure say that you left a strong, deep footprint into the fraternity. So thank you for that.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate the kind words. It means a lot to me. Yeah, me and Jason, we got a lot of mutual respect for each other. There's a we game recognizes game as some people say. So yeah, man, I appreciate the kind words. Next question. Where did your inspiration come from? And you can kind of take this wherever you want with it, whether it's with your business or with the DJing gig, where does it come from?
Honestly, I would say I get a lot of inspiration from my business partners. I have a lot of business partners over on the East Coast. Honestly, I think all of them are on these East Coast. I have been business partners with them, and I'd like to call them one of my best friends as well. Been friends with them. I think like there's like 4 or 5 of them. I've been friends with them for like I think almost 5 years now. And I met them for the first time last July. Actually, that was the only time I ever met them in person. And I met them on Instagram, but that's another story to tell. But they work super hard over there. I don't know if like I didn't really realize this, but over on the East Coast they hustle. They hustle a lot, and so I have a lot of respect for them. I got to get a lot of inspiration from them as well. Um, Other than them, I would say I get a lot of inspiration from like the internet, honestly, like Instagram, TikTok, you know, seeing like the highlights of people succeeding out on social media like really motivates me and inspires me. And yes, I guess social media in general is definitely blown out of proportion. People make themselves look I guess more successful or just better online than in person, which I don't blame them for. But instead of you know I guess looking at them and be like, oh, this guy's faking it, or oh, this guy has all this and this, he's not being humble. I kind of like think about it as, okay, this guy has my dream car. How am I going to be able to get this? And that's where I get a lot of inspiration from, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, it's always good to surround yourself around good people that motivate you as well. Like kind of like you were mentioning with these guys on the East Coast, you haven't even met them. We only met them once before in person or very recently. But you see that they're hardworking and that motivates you to go even harder. So I'm in that same boat as well. I try to surround myself around similar people like you, just who's gonna motivate me to keep on going because that's I try to motivate myself with like competition, not really competition, but like, like you said, with your business partners and my friends that are a little older, I'm not competing with them, but like I see that they're continue to go up and I got to go up with them, you know? So if I want to stay in that circle and go in a bigger circle. So that's I like really like that answer, man. Uh Third question. So kind of already talked about this a little bit. But I kind of want to hear about you answer this question from the perspective of your B and Airbnb business that you have. You got a house down in Renton, right? The Renton crib. Yeah. So
Yeah.
how did you move from like the idea of just doing the Airbnb on your own and having that on your own and completely running that on your own from actually, doing well for yourself in the market and just in the Airbnb world? It's pretty booked out almost all the time.
Yeah, well, I would say just execution. I haven't really talked about this too much, but this whole Airbnb thing was probably I probably put maybe less than a month of thinking into it, and I just said screw it, and then I full sent all my energy, all my money, put everything, I put my all into this, and it paid off. So I would definitely say execution is like the main thing for just to succeed in business as in general. And the thing is, I didn't know and I didn't think or like I wasn't aware if this is going to be successful or not. But you never know until you try. And taking risks in business is probably the most important thing. One thing I like to, I guess, express is that most people spend too much time thinking and trying to make the perfect decision rather than making a decision.
Mhm.
And there's never a perfect time and there's never a perfect decision to make. You just have to make one. Like, make your best guess, of course, put a little thought into it, but the longer you spend thinking about executing, a business idea or a plan, it's just gonna become a loop in your head and you're gonna start thinking of what is a possibility that this cannot work out. You have to think more of in the mindset of, okay, what do I need to do to make this successful? And not think so negatively. Try to like put yourself in the position and mindset that this idea is gonna work and this is gonna work out. Because if you go into something thinking like, oh, okay, maybe this could go wrong, or I feel like there's probably better options out there. Like the longer you spend thinking about that, there's other people beating you in the race. And
Absolutely.
so, yeah, I think execution is huge, and it worked out for me, and I'm extremely grateful. I'm extremely grateful for my family for helping me out a lot as well, and just all my close buddies and everyone just pushing me to continue doing what I do. I probably spent like 10, 11 months straight, maybe like 10 plus hours each day, just working on this, planning, renovating, and just a lot of late nights, a lot of, skipping the gym, skipping hangouts and stuff. And, it all paid off. But I think still having balance is great. Still go out, still hang out with your family, your friends, and like take care of yourself. But, I really locked in for a really good amount of time. And, I'm thankful it paid off.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you said, the balance, and then that response you gave kind of reminded me of something that I talked about in our exec meeting that one time with the old and new exec, where I said, whatever decision you make, just make it the best one. Make it the best decision that you could make. That's all you can do. Like you said, we talked about this even in our class. Like you can't wait till you have 100% perfect, you know, response or thing that idea that comes up. You just gotta something comes up, obviously have some thought behind it, but just do it, make the best decision that you can. So I like that answer. Thank you very much for that. And for the fourth question, also want to be mindful of time. We're like a little close to like the 14 and a half, 15-minute mark. I don't want to exceed that time limit that you told me you only had a little 20 minutes to go for. So I want to be mindful of that as well. But fourth question, you kind of already answered this on your own with the small business that the startup that you're running, how you met these guys over Instagram. But maybe if you have like anyone that works with you in when the DJing stuff that you do, like a manager, anything like that, helps you with that. Do you have any type of like team when it comes with that?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I actually just got into this DJ group. It's called Milo House,
There you go.
and I'm like super grateful for them. They're always push me to continue to do what I do. I got a lot of texts from my DJ buddies after my show the other day. Just keep doing what I'm doing, and even our managers are amazing people. They help me out with a lot, like making logos, getting the flyers out. And, I really appreciate them for helping me and the rest of our team out, because without them, I feel like it would make our lives a lot harder, because most of us, we're DJs, but we also have our day jobs, and we have a lot of us are in school as well. So
Yep.
having, managers and a good team around us just really helps in general.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, that's awesome. And this guy, whenever we have a social event for our business fraternity, this guy's always on the DJs. He's always on the sticks and he's always going crazy. So I know this guy's he's gonna do good with that stuff. It's just gonna take time and patience, brother. I know you're gonna it's gonna be good for you, bro. Just you gotta stick with it. And good for you, bro. I didn't know about that. That's awesome. That group you just got into. Awesome, bro. Fifth question. If you could have, what would you have done differently?
Uh, there's one answer that comes to mind right away, and it's to stop being a jack of all trades and just master one. And
Mm,
what I mean by that is I guess I started my entrepreneurial journey like fairly young. Started selling sneakers and such in like middle school, 13, 14 years old. And I was in love with selling. And just like business in general, entrepreneurship. And I continue to expand learning a whole lot of different things, whether it's stocks, real estate, drop shipping, Airbnb, reselling, just everything. I loved it, but then I realized like, wait, like none of this is actually working out. Like, yeah, I'm making some cash here and there, but none of it is really working out. And so when I look back, I wouldn't say I regret it, but I would say if I was able to start and stick to one thing, my life probably would have been a lot different today. But I'm still thankful that I went through that phase, because I kind of feel like I have a little bit of knowledge of each sector in business. And so, I kind of know what kind of does work and what doesn't. But one thing I definitely wish I did was just to find one thing, hop on it quick, and just stick to it and try to master that one thing, which is exactly what I'm trying to do right now with Airbnb.
that's awesome, man. That's a cool realization to that hits you. That's pretty cool. And again, we only got like 2 or 3 minutes left. I don't want to take up too much of your time, boss. But in your mind, what makes a good entrepreneur? What makes a great entrepreneur?
Execution and patience, those two things.
Hmm.
Without execution, nothing's getting off the paper. You actually have to do the thing that you want to do. And what was the second one I said?
Patience.
Patience. Business is not for the weak. You have to be patient, and without patience, it's a lot different from just working. You have to be patient, and the money's not going to come overnight. That's all I can say.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. What role did education? I mean, you're still in school, so what role does education play in your success and what you've been doing so far?
The short answer is nothing. Education, my classes, my professors haven't taught me anything that has really benefited me in my success. I will say that going to school is beneficial 100%. I encourage everyone to go to school and get your degree. I'm just here to get my paper and I'm out of here. I don't really care on what I really learn, honestly. But I think my main takeaway from going to university and school in general is the people I meet.
Yeah,
If I never went, I would have never met Omid, would
yep.
have never met a lot of my fraternity brothers, my other friends, and being able to surround myself.
I don't know. Audio went out on the last bit. Can you say something real quick, Jason? Bro, what the fuck? Yo, can you hear me, Jason?
Yeah, what happened?
Okay, dude, I have no idea. Just like yeah, I have no idea. All right, let's just finish this really quick. Um, all of a sudden, like the last like sentence you said, it just like I just couldn't hear you, and then it's like, oh my God, it was just my laptop. Don't worry about it. We got the gist of it, but that's funny. That was I like that. But yeah, no, I'm a big part of that too. Honestly, like the networking aspect of school is very underrated. Uh, Last question, my man. What's an important question I didn't ask you that you think would kind of go along with all this and kind of your answer with that, if you have something comes to mind?
Yeah, something does come to mind. Something that many people ask me is, how do I get started? More specifically in business, and sometimes even DJing as well. Um, First of all, I would say pick one thing and stick to it. Another thing is it's really, I would say it's significantly harder to get a large reward in business if you have no money. Yes, you can start businesses with, very little to maybe even no money at all. But I would say the more capital you're able to start off with, the higher chances of success, the outcome would be. And another note on that is that business isn't guaranteed. That's one thing that I learned. Business is not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed success. You're not guaranteed to make money. You're not guaranteed to make profit. It may take years and years to even become profitable. But that's where I would say, like I said before, patience really comes in, and just working really hard, and just getting your money up first before starting business, and make sure you spend it wisely, make sure you save wisely, and just be smart with your money.
Absolutely. Jason, I appreciate you, man. I know, we haven't had too many opportunities to just hang out, you and I, one on one, to get to know each other more personal level. But I feel like I'm able to kind of get a sense of who someone is based off their mindset and how they go about things. And I kind of had a sense for your mindset beforehand, before this interview, and then just hearing all this, very inspiring. Um, and yeah, man, I appreciate you taking the time for just to do this for me real quick. Um, I wish you nothing but the best in your multiple endeavors, and I know you're going to do great things. We're definitely going to keep in touch, even though I'm graduating a little bit. We're definitely going to keep in touch. I'm looking forward to the things you're about to do for all the endeavors that you're in, and also being vice president of Brotherhood for our business fraternity. So, Jason, my man, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Yeah, thank you so much, and I love being here. I love sharing my story, and thank you once again. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.